they do have a running taillight bars over here, and very spacious, surprisingly, for the vehicle of this size.
It has entered sport mode.
1, 2, 3. Hey guys, this is Drew, welcome to the channel. Today we are driving the all-new Chery Tiggo 4 that's available for the New Zealand and Australian market. In Australia, this vehicle was introduced actually last year, but in New Zealand, this has just arrived this year. We are taking a look for the exterior interior features today, and I'll also lead you to a POV drive to let you know my driving impression about this vehicle. Now, let's have a quick look at the outside. First thing, what is the Chery Tiggo 4? It is a small, compact size SUV that's available on the market. It is just over 4.3 meters long with a width at 1.8 or over in terms of dimensions. The height is actually pretty high, 1.86 meters. That means the vehicle sits quite up high on the roofline. That creates a good space for the second row and front row. The wheelbase just stretched over to 2.6 meters, so overall it is a likable size for city runaround, and you can still drive on country roads of course. In New Zealand, the starting price is only $24,990 plus ORC. Today we are driving the Urban Train, which is the base model. This is what you can get exactly for 25 grand in the New Zealand market. It is insane for the value and for everything you get. Now, first thing from the exterior, let's look at the front. This has daytime running lights over here, which is LED, and also LED low beam and high beam on the top. It's also got crazy LED full beam assist. That means it will just do auto high beam for you in the country road when you're driving in the dark. I love the star grille and things at the front. You are going to get the silver trims over here and a black panels around it. There's silver trim on the top, underneath that close the cover. The bonnet lines is quite straight. There's not much curves over here and does looks quite sort of chunky at the front, by the way. Do remember, this is the updated version. In Australia, you used to have a pre-facelift version, whatever you want to call it. On the side, we are getting 17-inch alloys for this one. They are machine finish, even with the red calipers. Now, coming from the side, wheel arch is black, underneath black trims and the silver chrome finish for the window, and the silver roof bars on the top. There is no privacy glass, so you need to get your window tint sorted. The fuel tank is on the left side. In New Zealand, this is okay for 91 petrol, by the way. Now, this is how the tailgate lights looks like. I like the new design compared to the early generation or the pre-facelift generation. They do have a running tail light bars over here with some contrast over there. That looks quite nice, actually. I love the detail they did for a 25 grand vehicle. I'm going to mention that price a lot in this video, so do bear with me. Chery logo over here, Tiggo 4 logos underneath. If you're going to get this trim, there is parking sensor at the front and at the back, also reverse camera. But if you go to the high spec, you are going to get the sunroof, leather seats, 360 camera, larger wheels, and a couple more features for the interior like wireless phone charging and things like that. But I do think this one sits on the market just right. In terms of competitors for this vehicle, you probably could look at the Kia Stonic, which is a smaller car than this, MG ZS, Jolion, which is only offered in hybrid vehicle for New Zealand market right now, Mitsubishi ASX, even the Suzuki new Fronx, which I did a review earlier on the channel. So some competitors on the market, but this one is exceptional for its value and the amount of features that's available. Keyless entry as standard, push button as standard, LED lights as standard, and a very nice interior. We're going to dive that into soon. Anyway, open the tailgate. This is a manual tailgate across the Chery Tiggo 4, by the way. Underneath, you're going to get a spare wheel, which is okay for the size of this car. And the volume of here is 380 liters. It's not too small at all. It's not a huge length or width, but you can stack things up due to the really good height on the roofline. I love that, by the way. Seats are 40-60 split, and it's actually easy to reach, as there's not much length, by the way. So after that, you are going to get 1,225 liters of total volume. Again, very helpful. Only thing is the seat base doesn't go completely flat. You are going to get a big hump over here. You can also slide your rear cargo cover on the top, and yeah, that's pretty much it about the rear on the Chery Tiggo 4. Now, as for the back row, door opening is reasonably wide. We are getting fabric seats on the base model. I actually love this fabric, very easy, no issue at all. If you go to the higher spec, of course, you're getting leather and heated leather at the front, by the way. Again, sunroof only available on the higher trim. Let's step inside. So, this has been set to my driving position. I'm about 178 centimeters tall. I've got great amount of legroom, not bad amount of foot space, and huge amount of headroom on the top. The good thing is the height of the vehicle creates a really good clearance for you. Close the door. Sounds like this. Yeah, that's pretty cheap, but it's okay for the spec and for the price of this vehicle. Again, 25k combined with everything. Door material feels actually pretty good. You get leather finish over here, leather paddings over here, some trims on the top, plastic on the top, plastic underneath over here. There is also a small icon over here. I'm not sure what that does. It looks like a blind spot monitoring in case you're opening the door and something is coming behind you. I hope I'm right. That's pretty good. Anyway, pockets over here, door bins, cup holders and things on the right. One USB-A charging, one air vents, one directional air vents, some storage panel over here, and a cup holder at the back along with the armrest. Overall, at the back, it's pretty comfy. The seat back is okay, but you cannot adjust the angles, by the way. All right, that's the back seats. Very comfy, surprisingly, and very spacious, surprisingly, for the vehicle of this size. Now, keyless entry push button is standard across the Chery Tiggo 4. We are getting, again, fabric seats, manual adjustments on this urban trend. If you go to the Ultimate, you're going to get electric seats on the driver's side. Step inside, close the door again. Not bad. Foot on the brake, push button, that will be on. In front of us, that's the Chery steering. It's very similar to something like a Omoda or even J-Cool in some way. On the right, you get volume buttons and voice command buttons and also phone connection buttons. On the left, that's the adaptive cruise control button or even the traffic jam assist. In the middle, you also get some buttons to change the dashboard designs at the front. You're getting indicators on the right, which has auto headlights and auto high beam, by the way, and then windscreen wiper over here with auto rain sensing at the front as well. So again, crazy amount of features. Steering is also wrapped in leather, so they are quite good. Flat bottom underneath. There is a facial monitoring detection over here, and then in front, that's the 10.25-inch display. Another 10.25-inch display. The graphic looks quite clear. It's very easy to read anything. You can control the middle screen if you want to. And then under these settings over here for the display, you can also change a few themes. Let's do style, and then I'll refresh for both screens. So yeah, that looks quite different. You can also have the traditional analog and the classic style if you wish to. So that's all available. Yeah. It's pretty good, nice design. I do not mind that at all. Now in the center, this is the home screen. That allows you to have settings and vehicle settings over here. There's quite something to set up. And then you do have wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. Again, at 25k, this is crazy in terms of the specification and features that's available. There is no built-in navigation, but you do have the wireless connection anyway. Going back, this is the rear camera. It's not really a high-quality camera, but it's usable, I shall say. Front and rear parking sensors are also available. Now, coming down to the center, these are some direct buttons for the home, for the mode, for the music, and some volume and hazard light over here. In terms of mode, you get two modes to change, Eco and Sport. Let's listen to the sound.
It has entered sport mode. It has entered economy mode.
Anyway, that's what it is. Over here, this is your aircon display menu and also some direct buttons. This is the panel that's going to display your directions, fan speed and temperature and all that things. But if you do press anything, things will come up on the screen anyway. You can change the directions on the top, change some buttons underneath. And these buttons are touch on the screen surface, so it's not the easiest to control while you are driving, but at least you do get temperature and fan speed adjustments on both sides, which are physical knobs. I love that. Along with that, this vehicle has also got dual zone climate control, which is again, maybe a little bit rare on this price bracket. That's another good thing. Gear shifter is electronics. You do have Tiptronic on the side if you want to use that. Handbrake, parking brake, and auto hold is available. There is a slot for your phones or for your wallet. That's good. Cup holders are reasonable, but it's a little bit on the small side. Deep storage console, and then you also get storage underneath, which are big. You do get 12-volt socket, one USB-A, and one Type-C charging. Glove box has a soft opening, which is reasonable, large size as well. In terms of other equipment, this vehicle also comes with 6 speakers as standard. It feels alright for the price, for the size of this car. Now on the door side, this material is better than the rear door. It's a little bit softer, a little bit squeegee on the top. Panels over here, leather wrap over here, plastic underneath down there. Even the stitchings on the top feels alright, feels quite solid. There is a grey stitchings around the vehicle in this particular car. And yeah, that's the interior. I think it's exceptional for what they are offering, for the size and for the value what you get on this sort of vehicle. And let's get it on the road to give it a drive. Alright, in terms of visibility, it's pretty good. It's one of the best Chery or Moda vehicle I've driven in terms of its overall visibility. Side is pretty good, windows are large, small gap over here as you can see your giveaways. Front is nice, clear. The bonnet line is quite high, you're going to see the bonnet lines. It's okay. Rear windscreen is small, but because the vehicle feels quite short, you can see pretty much everything at the back. Side is again reasonable. I don't mind it. That's pretty good. Now let's do a U-turn and see how the turning circle is like. It's very small due to the short length of the vehicle, so that's nice. Now in terms of the vehicle powertrain, it is powered by a 4-cylinder 1.5 litre turbocharged petrol motor that takes 91 for the New Zealand market. It is combined with a CVT transmission, 2-wheel drive at the front only, no 4-wheel drive by the way. The power is 108 kilowatts and 210 Newton meters of torque. The drivetrain of this is actually identical to what you can find on the Moda 5 or Moda C5 petrol variants. And yeah, just like the Moda C5, the CVT transmission actually gives this powertrain a good feel. It's not laggy. When you put the foot down, it's always going to get sort of instant torque, and the turbo will eventually kick in as well. So the pedal response isn't too terrible in any way. What's good about this is you are going to get a good amount of response when you put the foot down, and it's not really laggy anyway compared to some other DC transmissions available on the market in this particular sort of price range, or even the lower 4-speed automatic gearbox on some other vehicles as well. Now the suspension setup on this vehicle is McPherson strut at the front, torsion beam at the back. The steering feels quite large by the way, especially for a small car like this, and the handling is okay. I would say it's probably below average in terms of handling feels. You can get a little bit sort of understeer, or quite a bit understeer, and the steering is quite bland and there's not much sporty feel behind it. Obviously you can change to sport mode, and you can also change the steering feel to sport to get a bit more sort of firm steering. But yeah, under light or even under form, not really built for sports performance or any shape and form. Now in terms of the suspension wise, on the kind of straight line surface it's okay in terms of comfort, but once you enter some areas there's a little bit more uneven surfaces, you probably will get the vehicle shakes a little bit. You can actually feel that in the cabin by the way. The torsion beam doesn't feel very supportive at the back. But again, it's a budget vehicle. This is what you kind of expect in terms of its performance and comfort level on this sort of vehicle. In terms of noise level, it's okay. Again, sort of mid-range. There's not much of a complaint in terms of noise level, but being a small car with reasonable amount of height, you're going to get some wind noise and also tire roll underneath as well. The engine also does give you some noise when you are trying to accelerate. It doesn't sound the best in terms of its engine. Obviously it's a CVT transmission, it just doesn't sound sporty in any way, So yeah, we're going to get these sort of country roads-ish over here. You can feel on rough seal the vehicle right. It's okay, but in some way, sometimes, yeah, on these uneven surfaces, you can feel the car just shakes a little bit on left and right. There's a bit more body roll here and there. And yeah, we can do another U-turn just around here, so we can test the turning. Not enough to do a one turn, it's okay. At least we can check the reverse camera. Yeah, you can feel the body roll here and there. The vehicle does send all the suspension knocks to the driver's seat as well. But speaking of the seats, I actually quite like the seats. The ergonomics, everything feels really good. Let's change to sport mode.
Entered sport mode.
To try the sport acceleration. All right, if you're ready, we can get it to go. 1, 2, 3. It's not too bad at all. It's a good pickup for the size and for the price. Again, at this price range, this is probably one of the good accelerations you can find on the market. Again, it's CVT, so the engine doesn't sound particularly welcoming like compared to some other 1.5 turbos on the market. Yeah, the rev doesn't really go up and down, again, because it's CVT. But overall, it's something you'd expect, and not many people will drive like that way on roads anyway. And now we're on the motorway. You can now feel the wind noise today. It's somehow a little bit windy on this bridge, and you are going to get quite some wind noise. I do think because the high roof line on this vehicle setup is not going to eliminate all those wind noise on the road and on the surfaces. On the high speed, this is still a solid sort of stability in terms of its performance. It's not too bad, again, for the size of this car. There's nothing, let's say, surprising you in terms of its performance, but at the same time, it's just reasonable. It's got an okay amount of support on the motorway on surfaces. Now, the acceleration to pick up is still good. It's just easy to pick up if you are driving the car just by your own or just front passengers. That does not struggle at all. There's no lack of power compared to some other vehicles you are going to buy under this price range. And in terms of the fuel consumption, the factory claim number is just over 7.4 litre per 100 kilometers. I haven't fully tested this vehicle, just so I can't really tell you what my figures are, but I will do a small shorts, so do check that shorts on my channel in the next few days. I will let you know my driving or my testing on the fuel consumption about this vehicle. Anyway, in the city driving, fuels are still alright. It's reasonable for what the car performs and things, but remember the steering, yeah, it's lacking a little bit more support on the steering. It doesn't feel very direct, but at the same time, it's okay. I do feel like if the steering size is a little bit smaller, it will be probably feels a little bit better. Even under sport mode, the steering automatically goes to the sport sort of configuration. It doesn't feel anyway towards sport, by the way. It's a little bit bland. There's not much assistance on it. You probably just kind of feel like there is a little bit more turning I wish it does have. And yeah, you are going to feel that once you start driving anyway. So overall, with the package, with all the features that's available on the Chery Tiggo 4, I think this is exceptional in terms of the value and price point this car sits. It is one of the best value vehicles you can get on the market for this price range. At the same time, the driving is okay. It's not too bad, but at the same time, there's nothing that's going to surprise you. If you just want a standard city driving or commuting vehicle, this will be really good size. But if you want something sporty, it can take you through the country roads very nicely, very good handling, this may not be the one for you. If you want a little bit more space and size, potentially a little bit better chassis, you could go for the Omoda C5 or Omoda 5, or you can go to other vehicles under the Chery group. Along with that, there's also some competitors in the market. But at the same time, this has an unbeatable value, as we mentioned. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you do not forget to subscribe and like. That's the best way to support the channel. As always, I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.